Advisory services are offered through Creative Financial Designs Incorporated, a registered investment advisor, and securities are offered through CFD. Investments Incorporated, a registered broker-dealer, member of FINRA and SIPC. 765-453-9600. Diamond Financial Group is not associated with the CFD companies.
Welcome, everybody, to Money in Motion. I'm your host, Jason Murphy from Diamond Financial Group, located right there beside Poets on the Square. And just hope everybody's having an amazing, wonderful, beautiful day out there. And I'm excited today to talk to you all about several different things that are going on in the community, and with a couple of guests that I have with me today. It's a little bit unusual for me to have two guests, but I'm excited to have both of them on, and we're going to get to them in just a moment. But before we do, I just want to give everyone a reminder. Are you saving? Are you being weird? Meaning, are you avoiding debt? Are you actually saving money for future purchases? Are you investing in your future? Do you have a 401k? Do you have someone looking after your 401k for you? For so many of you, your largest asset that you have for future savings is in your 401k. And there's a lot of people back in 2008 where their 401k turned into a 201k because of the market going down by 50-59% in some cases. And so I just want to encourage you to hire someone like me to look after and protect your resources, your assets, your investments. You have worked hard for that money, and I encourage you to have someone that is looking after those assets for you. So come by and see me. Go grab a cup of coffee from Poets right there, located beside me. I'm 2 doors down next to the Methodist Church Diamond Financial Group. If you have any questions, feel free to call me at 646-4090. Again, that's 646-4090. But we're going to move on today because we have a couple of guests, and I want to give plenty of time to both of them. And I'm really hoping that you all will get out and vote when the time comes. And we're going to be talking about this quite a bit over the next few months. And I believe that it is more than just something you can do. It's something that you need. You should get out there and support the elections and support our country. In my opinion, you don't have an opinion if you didn't vote. If you're downing Trump or even Obama or Clinton or Bush or whoever our last presidents were, and you were fussing and complaining, but you didn't get out there and vote, in my opinion, your opinion is moot. It's irrelevant. It doesn't matter. So I really encourage you to get out there and vote. I am going to encourage you to vote for two of my guests that are here today because I've gotten to know both of them. I've actually known both of them going back, 20 years in one case and his entire life in the other case. So I'm going to start with Mark Miller. Just because I know him a little bit better, because I've been around him and his family literally since he was born. We went to church together. I was one of the youth leaders while he was coming up through the youth program, and he's just become an amazing man. And so, Mark, how are you, sir?
I'm doing well, sir. Thank you, Jason, for having me on your show today.
It's truly my pleasure. So, running for city council?
Yes, sir.
How did you even decide to do that, Mark?
Well, I was sitting with my wife after the past election. I was like, I want to do something that actually can help my community.
Yeah.
And one thing I noticed when I graduated college in 2008 is the markets were down at that point.
Yes.
And it was very difficult to find a job, especially in Cookeville. So I moved to the country of Samoa and joined the United States Peace Corps.
Wow.
And lived out of the country for 2 years. So what I decided to do at that point is when I decided to run is I wanted to make sure that it's quality of life for all stages of life is my motto. It's, can we get these kids leaving Tennessee Tech? Can we get them a high-paying job in Cookeville so they will stay here and they will grow here and they'll raise their family here? That was my intention on running. So.
Absolutely. That's awesome. Well, Mark, I feel like we haven't talked in a while, and I want to catch up and ask you about your mom and dad, and so we'll do that off the air. But I can tell you all, without any doubt in my mind, we're talking to a man that is a man of character. He is a man of integrity. He is a man that I would be really proud to be supporting Cookeville, and he has some goals and some outlooks. And let me tell you all, we need some younger people out there in our political system helping think about our future. And so with that being the case, we're going to come back to you, Mark, I promise, but I want to go ahead and encourage and introduce you to Eric Walker. Eric and I got to know each other actually through Civil Air Patrol back when I was an active duty Air Force recruiter. I've been a member off and on of CAP, Civil Air Patrol, for many years, and I was a cadet. And when Eric was a cadet, I was a senior member and recruiter here in town, and we got to know each other a little bit then. And then fast forward 15 years, I actually ended up going to Eric looking for office space. The space ended up not being available for what we needed, but still got to know him as a business leader in the Cookeville area. So, Eric, how are you, man?
I'm doing good, Jason. How are you doing today?
Truly blessed.
That's awesome. You know, it's really amazing the town we live in and the relationships we make over time.
Yes.
We really are blessed that we live in a place where relationships come back. You know, Mark and I, for example, we went to Noah's Ark together right here in the middle of town, building sandcastles.
Wow.
And it's just amazing how you like you said, you fast forward to the future, and you look at these relationships and how they develop over time. You kind of see your town grow, you see your relationships grow, and it's really amazing to get together and try to do something better for the community. I think that's everyone's goal. And you know, when you have young people that are striving to really get involved and push for that goal, it really makes a difference in the community. It really gets things going.
Absolutely. Well, Eric, we're going to have to break here in just a couple of minutes, or in about a minute, for a word from my sponsors. And so I'm just going to plant this seed and want you to think about this during the break. But you had mentioned to me the other day that you really do want some of that younger demographic of people that we have in the Cookeville area in office, in Cookeville, making a difference for our future. And so I'm going to let Eric answer a question why that's important to him and what some of his goals and ambitions. And then I'm going to come back to Mark and have him really answer the same question. Why is it important that we have some younger politicians helping run our city? I'm proud of Cookeville. I'm proud of who we are, and really proud to be a member of this community. So I want to thank everybody for listening to Money in Motion. I'm your host, Jason Murphy. I'm located again right there beside Poets on the Square at Diamond Financial Group. Feel free to look us up on the web and Facebook, all that good stuff. In the meantime, if you ever have any questions for me or any of my sponsors, feel free to call us at 646-4090. Again, that's 646-4090. And we'll be right back after a word from our sponsors. Thank you for listening to News Talk 1077 and 1400 The Hub.
I'm Mark Miller, and I approve this message.
Hey, everybody, this is Jason Murphy, and I want to take just a minute to tell you about a good friend of mine, Mark Miller, who is running for Cookeville City Council. I've literally known Mark all his life as we went to church together, and I saw him grow up. I can tell you that he has become a man of integrity. He is a family man, and he's a man that cares about the future of Cookeville. Specifically, I look forward to having Mark on our city council because he is young, he is forward-thinking, and he cares about the future of our city. I really encourage you to get out there and vote on August 2nd or show up for early voting starting July 13th. Mark Miller for Cookeville City Council.
I'm Mark Miller, and I'm running for Cookeville City Council. I believe in a quality of life for all stages of life.
Hi, everybody. This is Jason Murphy, your host on Money in Motion, right here on News Talk 1077 and 1400 The Hub. And I'm excited to introduce a sponsor that is an amazing friend of mine, Dr. Ken Schmidt-Matzen and Pam from Cookeville Chiropractic and Physical Therapy, located right there beside the Justice Center and beside where J.J. Jack's used to be. A lot of you are familiar with that area. And I have to tell you that I have seen Dr. Ken and Pam going back for 28 years. They are good personal friends of mine, but the services that they offer there are amazing. Dr. Ken is one of the best chiropractors that I know, and I have seen him over and over for neck pain, for back pain, for issues with my hips where I've had car crashes and different things that have taken place in my life, and he's always been able to get me straightened out and back active the way I like to be with my boys, going climbing and hiking and running and playing. So I encourage you to stop by and see Dr. Ken. If you have any issues with your spine, with your neck, back, legs, he can check you out and get you taken care of. Now, Pam is an amazing physical therapist. I can tell you I just had knee surgery just a month ago, and I've already completed the turkey trot this past November, which was amazing that I was able just a few weeks after knee surgery, and Pam was able to help me get rehabilitated extremely quickly to get back out there and lead the active life that I enjoy. Also, they have a new nutritional program that is amazing to help you get in the right physical shape that you need to. If you're trying to lose weight, if you're just trying to get healthier, but you're not sure what type of nutrients your body needs, they can take care of all those needs right there at Cookeville Chiropractic and Physical Therapy, located right there beside the Justice Center in Cookeville.
Congratulations, you found a home for sale that interests you on the internet.
Is it really as great as you think it is?
Is the asking price in line with the current market values?
Will owning this home allow you to continue enjoying life as you know it?
Are there more homes in the area you may like better? To unlock the mystery of home buying, you need a professional realtor. You need the Wilson team at the Realty Firm. Our experienced and highly trained team of realtors will take the guesswork out for you.
Buying a home is a process, and the Wilson team at the Realty Firm will walk with you every step of the way, making your needs our top priority.
The only house we want to help you buy is the one you can be proud of.
The one you can call home knowing you took every step to ensure it will bring joy to you and your family for years to come.
Call Darren Wilson at the Realty Firm at 931-520-7750 or find them at www.therealtyfirmagent.com. The Wilson team will put you on the path to owning the right home for you.
Just over 11 years ago, my wife and I went on our first date. We ended the evening by going to a little coffee shop here in Cookeville, just catty corner of the courthouse, named Poets. We sat down and enjoyed an amazing cup of coffee. We enjoyed the company with each other, getting to know each other. That ended up leading to us being married less than 6 months later and having been married for the last 10 years. It all started at Poets, right there, catty corner of the courthouse. For one of the best cups of coffee in Cookeville, I highly encourage you to stop by Poets on the Square or their other location on the north end of South Jefferson Avenue. Poets Coffee, a great place to take your next date or just enjoy a cup of coffee. Welcome back, everybody, to Money in Motion. I'm your host, Jason Murphy, here talking with Mark Miller and Eric Walker, both of them running for city council for the great city of Cookeville. And you can vote for both of them. These are not, I don't really consider these guys competing against each other. I truly believe that we need both of them on our city council. They're going to have a head of more youth and vigor and future outlook, because this is their future and the future of their kids. And so we need people like them on our city council, and I'm really hoping that you'll get out there and vote. I believe you're allowed 5 votes for city council. Is that right, guys?
That's correct, Jason.
Yeah, and so we're going to do that. But Eric, I posed a question to you a little bit earlier, and I asked you, why is it important that we have some youth on our city council? And what are your thoughts?
Man, it's very important just in democracy as a whole to have young people stepping up to the plate, really pushing forward. If you have young people getting that drive, getting involved in their community, communities are built over time.
Yes.
They need constant maintenance, constant investment, and that's in time, that's money, that's planning. We've really got to push hard to get young people involved in our community, and that starts with getting young people involved in the leadership roles in our community. As a young man, you really want to. You've got a lot of vigor, you've got a lot of fight in you, and you really want to push to get things done. So you're looking to the future when you're thinking about investing for the city. You're looking 20 years down the road because you still want to live here. You want this town to be better because it's the place you're going to live in, and that's why it's so important. It's going to be the place that hopefully eventually families will be raised in, and that you make relationships throughout the community, that you really push for that community effort. And in times like today, where we do listen to look at our cell phones a lot. There's Instagram and there's all these distractions. That's more important than ever, that we really work hard to build a space where our community can engage one another, and we can see each other as neighbors. And that's why it's important to bring up the young people who have a lot of interest in the town coming forward, and that's why I want to run for city council is because I want to make a change. I want to make sure that change is progressing. We've been really fortunate to have good leaders in the past. We've done a really good job, getting Cookeville excited about different things, and it's time that we build on that experience,
right,
and really push to build that community.
Yeah, absolutely. And so you guys are classified as millennials, and I almost have to ask you that because you don't come across to me as the stereotypical millennials that get the bad rap. And some of the millennials deserve that reputation, and you guys know what I mean. But I just want to give a shout out to the listening audience out there and tell you that these men do not exhibit any of the traits that your typical stereotypical millennial does. I mean, these guys are hardworking. They both are career men. Eric, tell us a little bit about your business and your business background and what you do.
Absolutely. So when I moved back to Cookeville in 2008, I actually got into managing the airport. We did that for about 4 years, and then I kind of moved into managing kind of a long-term family business. We're a small development company here in Cookeville where we manage some commercial property, multifamily residences, and we really work hard to restore commercial buildings in our downtown for individual local businesses, and that's what's really important. I love what I do. I love construction because you can walk away from something and say, wow, look what we built.
Right.
Look at what we did.
It's tangible.
Yeah,
right.
We were in your brand new office the other day, and it looked amazing. It was really a great space. Those kind of things really get me excited because, when you take an old building like you guys moved into,
right,
and you redo something and you make it look really good, it shows the community that you want to be here for a long time.
Right.
And it shows the community that you're investing in our downtown, in our infrastructure, in building a business that's going to support the community. And that's what I want to be a part of. I want to be a part of that for people that come to us, that local businesses that are looking for that space, and work with them on leases and what kind of help them get through those hard points where with a commercial property management business, you're really looking. And for those out there that are looking to start their own business, it's a really good idea to look for places to lease and set up leases with property managers, because that allows you to spend your capital on other things. You can get your business rolling, and sometimes you may want to change your location. If you invest all your capital into purchasing a building somewhere, you're almost
or a plot of land, you're stuck there. Absolutely.
Stuck,
and if we had done that years ago when Diamond Financial Group first started, we would have been stuck. I say, you start backtracking a little bit when you start to think about what you're going to say. And I love Sparta, Tennessee. Don't get me wrong, but Sparta is not the financial hub of the Upper Cumberland, is all I want to say. And so I'm glad to be right in the middle of downtown Cookeville, because it is a little bit more happening for sure than Sparta. And so I love living in Sparta, I love the community, but I am glad that that's not where my office is located. So if that offends you, please feel free to stop by and see Jason Murphy, and do not tie that message to these two guys here. So they're laughing at me because I deserve to be laughed at from time to time. So, Mark, let's talk a little bit about your professional life. Obviously, you said you were...
So I graduated from Tennessee Tech with a degree in operations management. I went to the Peace Corps, United States Peace Corps. At that point, I really decided to devote my life to public service. I lived in the country of Samoa, where we did water projects. I put in 78 10,000-liter rainwater catch tanks, so an entire community has water now, fresh water where they can drink, and they can. I'm now a state trooper, so and that ties in with public service as well. I get to help people every day, make sure.
Of course. I mean, you're out there on the streets protecting our citizens and doing an amazing job of it. And so that just tells me, Mark, and I'm going to, I know that you got to be careful on what you say and how you say it. So I can say whatever I want. It's my show. And so I just want to tell you that this man has a heart for this community. This man has a heart to serve. And I believe that he is on the front lines of protection for our community in what he does, and he's wanting to take that to another level by serving on our city council and making a difference in the community and looking out for our city in a different way than people really have in a while. And
right.
So,
yes.
and y'all, I got to give a shout out to Ricky Shelton and Randy Porter. Those guys have been taking Cookeville to the next level. What they're doing by bringing in industry and so many other things is amazing. And so I believe that those guys are going to be able to use these guys to just have a fresh perspective. So I tell you what, we've already reached the end of another segment. I want to invite you all to stick around after the commercial break. We're going to talk a little bit more and get to know these guys and let them know how they're going to help your Cookeville. Thank you for listening to Money in Motion. I'm your host, Jason Murphy, right here on News Talk 107.7 and 1400 The Hub.
Protecting your home or business is important to you. That's why you might invest in an advanced security system or make sure you have the strongest locks on the market. But what are you doing about the sun? That big yellow ball of fire is shooting UV rays through your windows that can fade furniture and increase your energy costs. Fortunately, the Window Tint Company in Cookeville can provide you with a championship-level solution, offering multiple lines of window film for any need. The Window Tint Company is the Upper Cumberland's expert when it comes to protecting your home or business from blinding glare or damaging UV rays. And you'll still be able to admire those beautiful Middle Tennessee sunrises and sunsets. When you're ready to protect your home or business from the sun, give Jason and Susie with the Window Tint Company a call at 931-510-0830. That's 931-510-0830. Visit CookevilleWindowTintCompany.com to learn more or request an estimate.
I'm Mark Miller, and I approve this message.
Hey, everybody, this is Jason Murphy, and I want to take just a minute to tell you about a good friend of mine, Mark Miller, who is running for Cookeville City Council. I've literally known Mark all his life as we went to church together, and I saw him grow up. I can tell you that he has become a man of integrity, he is a family man, and he's a man that cares about the future of Cookeville. Specifically, I look forward to having Mark on our city council because he is young, he is forward-thinking, and he cares about the future of our city. I really encourage you to get out there and vote on August 2nd or show up for early voting starting July 13th. Mark Miller for Cookeville City Council.
I'm Mark Miller, and I'm running for Cookeville City Council. I believe in a quality of life for all stages of life.
Hey, this is Jason Murphy from Money in Motion. Let me talk to you a little bit about my good friend Joey Smith of Smith's Insulation. Did you know that Smith's Insulation has been around since 1977? They provide insulation for new construction and on existing homes. They are certified by the TVA as a weatherization contractor. That means that you could actually get a rebate for improving the efficiency of your home. I greatly encourage you to call Smith's Insulation for all your insulation needs, whether it be for commercial builds or new or existing residential. I have used Smith's Insulation for both and can tell you that I was extremely pleased with the service, the quality, and the energy efficiency they provided. To find out more information about Smith Insulation, go to smithinsulationtn.net. That's smithinsulationtennessee.net.
646-5519. Those numbers may not mean a whole lot to you right now, but you're going to want to write this number down. My name is Jennifer. My husband and I, we're frugal people. While we like to get a lot of value for our money, to say the least, we stretch every dollar. So last year, we decided that we wanted to refinance a mortgage on our house. We did our research, and that's when I met Barbara Steebing. Her official title is loan officer. She's not just thorough, not just thoughtful. She actually anticipated my family's needs throughout the whole process of the refinance. And trust me, folks, when I say they were tricky needs. She was just amazing. Can't say enough about it. By the time the process was over, I called her my friend. You can be friends with Barbara. All you need to do is go to Willow Avenue in Cookeville next to Jackson Plaza and go into First Volunteer Bank and tell my friend Barbara Steaming that you're there to save money, and she will do it for you. The number is 646-5519. So stop by First Volunteer Bank and see Barbara Steaming.
Member FDIC insured and equal housing lender.
Welcome back to Money in Motion. I'm your host, Jason Murphy from Diamond Financial Group, located right there on the square in Cookeville, beside Poets. Stop by and grab an amazing cup of coffee and then come over and sit down, talk with me. I'll be glad to help you plan for your future, because as you all know, failing to plan is planning to fail. And so we're talking to two planners that are here now with us. Eric Walker of Walker Investment
Company.
Yeah, it is a Walker Investment Company. I'm sorry. Yeah. And then we have Mark Miller, a good friend of mine. I've gotten to know him, his family, his sister, his mom and dad are people I consider close personal friends, and just really encourage you to get out there and vote. When is the vote, guys?
It's August 2nd.
August 2nd,
coming up right around the corner.
That's coming up so fast. And so really encourage you all to get out there and vote. And I was talking a little bit earlier about how I really appreciate the vision of what Ricky Shelton and Randy Porter have had for the city, and they're looking towards the future with industry and bringing in businesses and Eagle Point. I mean, $60 million shopping complex. They're doing some things to make Cookeville better. What are you guys wanting to do? Mark, I'll go to you first, just to put you on the spot. But what is your vision for what you're wanting to see Cookeville become?
Right. I love the way we're growing right now. I just want to make sure that we are growing in a clean way where we don't end up like Murfreesboro, where we grow so fast in our infrastructure, we haven't kept up with our infrastructure. I understand, as being a government employee, that it takes a little while to plan for our infrastructure. Like, you just don't say, hey, I want to build a road here, and it happens the next day.
Right.
That's a 2 or 3 year project to get that road in place. So I really want to focus on the economic development infrastructure of Cookeville. What do we need so we can get those companies to want to move to Cookeville?
Right.
There's some... They may sound outlandish, these ideas, but if we start working toward them, we can actually succeed as a city. One of the things I really want to focus on is commercial capabilities at our airport. Wouldn't it be great if 30 years down the road, or even 10 years down the road, we have a commercial flight into Cookeville?
Yes.
I know that sounds like a very outlandish idea, but we probably need to start looking that way if we want to attract these large companies to our city.
Absolutely.
Some of the other things I want to do, I want to make sure we keep up with our roads. Keeping up with our roads. Right now, if you go down Jefferson or Willow on a Friday afternoon, it's going to be a 30-minute drive.
Commute. Right.
So we need to make sure we keep up with our roads. And I just want to make sure we're planning. We've got to make sure we're planning and we're not going into massive amounts of debt to do this, and we're keeping up with our debt service. So if we do have a recession in the future, we aren't going into large debt for that.
Right. Absolutely. So, Eric, what are your thoughts on vision for the future of Cookeville?
You know, the planning for the future is a big deal, and in our business, that's what we have to do when, we're working out leases for 5 to 6 years, to anywhere even up to 10 maybe, for our clients and our tenants. We really we have to look further in the future for our infrastructure and our buildings. We have to make sure the roof's on a good schedule. We have to make sure that our building's going to be good for the next 20 to 30 years. And that's a big thing that the city's got to look to. What's our 30-year plan? Are we doing the things that we need to do to develop our downtown area? That's where local business is, and that's what I want to fight for. I want to bring more downtown development with restoring old buildings and bringing more businesses back. We've had this really good drive in Cookeville in the last 10 years. We've brought in new businesses downtown. There's more places to go and eat and listen to music, and We've got great events such as the Art Prowl. And I want to expand on that. I want to see Cookeville's culture be captured and us preserve our downtown area and really see it grow. You know, you've got to invest in sidewalks. You've got to be able to walk from the depot to Kroger without having to take a roundabout way. You've got to be able to walk around the city, and that's important. You know, that draws people to live closer to downtown. That draws people to bring in their businesses downtown, and those are local businesses. Those aren't only sales tax generators; they're income generators, and the people who get income in those businesses spend it here in Cookeville, and that's what's so important. You know, if we highlight all the great things about Cookeville, such as our outdoors, our lakes, the waterfalls nearby, there's hiking trails, we have world-class art, we have world-class music. That Appalachian music is amazing. Yes. And so if we highlight those things and we create more events within the city and we work on building our infrastructure and making sure that there's parking downtown for the future, not just now. Right. We need to build parking lots. We need to build things that in 5 to 10 years, when I'm not even on the city council anymore, we need to make sure that the foundation was laid. Right. That it's really building on the future.
I've got a really perfect example of this. Whenever a former mayor, Bobby Davis, was on the council, he decided to move our city water source from City Lake to Center Hill Lake. He took a lot of flack when he did that. Yes. But now we provide fresh water to all of the communities around here, and it's if it wasn't for that vision on our city council, we wouldn't have that. We wouldn't have the infrastructure in place to even be a large, growing city right now.
Absolutely, I totally agree with that. Yeah, that would have been almost detrimental for the city of Cookeville had we not made that move way back then. So yeah, excellent example, Mark. So guys, I really appreciate your time to get today and talking with us. It has been amazing, and I want to thank everybody. Thank you guys, Mark and Eric, for listening to Money in Motion. I'm your host, Jason Murphy from Diamond Financial Group, and you've been listening to News Talk 107.7 and 1400 The Hub.
Advisory services are offered through Creative Financial Designs Incorporated, a registered investment advisor, and securities are offered through CFD. Investments Incorporated, a registered broker-dealer, member of FINRA and SIPC. 765-453-9600. Diamond Financial Group is not associated with the CFD companies.
I'm Mark Miller, and I approve this message.
Hey, everybody, this is Jason Murphy, and I want to take just a minute to tell you about a good friend of mine, Mark Miller, who is running for Cookeville City Council. I've literally known Mark all his life as we went to church together, and I saw him grow up. I can tell you that he has become a man of integrity, he is a family man, and he's a man that cares about the future of Cookeville. Specifically, I look forward to having Mark on our city council because he is young, he is forward-thinking, and he cares about the future of our city. I really encourage you to get out there and vote on August 2nd or show up for early voting starting July 13th. Mark Miller for Cookeville City Council.
I'm Mark Miller, and I'm running for Cookeville City Council. I believe in a quality of life for all stages of life.